Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back, everybody.
So, this just hit me like, duh. But how do we get this across to the masses? How do we get people to just wake up and see that all the answers are right there in front of them? And things are not so complicated in reality. It's pretty simple. It's just a matter of shaking off the dark matter of this dark matter matrix.
Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of consistency, a lot of explaining things in different ways because we're all so different and individual and unique. Different energies hit us in different ways. And then sometimes they lock on and we can get a hold of it. And sometimes they don't. But consistency is the most important thing.
How do you teach and get through to a TikTok generation that has a 3-minute tolerance level the benefits that can be achieved from practices such as pranayama, Qigong, Tai Chi that take hours of practice, really hundreds and thousands of hours of practice, and yet can alleviate so much dis-ease, so much stress, so much tension. How do you get through to people that 3 minutes is the extent of their attention span? They can't sit still for 20 minutes. So many of these people in the generation that we're in now and understand that's cultivated. It's the system that is doing that purposefully so that they will be easily controlled and manipulated. But yet we read this title and it says humans can fight off viruses simply by breathing.
Simply by breathing, wow.
You don't need anything else.
Just breathe right and it's all good.
But how much money, profits, and control is in breathing?
Well, I mean, if it's something that we can do on our own and figure out on our own and we don't need to go visit anybody, that sounds like a problem for someone.
Well, I'm sure the controllers at some point in time will find out a way to charge us for the air we breathe.
They're working on it. They're working to it. It's, they're charging us for water.
Well, hey, CO taxes are in the future.
They sure are.
Absolutely. So how hard is it for people to fight off a virus? Scientists at Harvard University say it's actually as easy as breathing, literally. Their study reveals that the act of breathing generates immune responses that kill invading pathogens. In experiments, a lung chip, there you go, a lung chip, that mimics the mechanical forces of breathing kills flu bugs. The discovery could lead to developing better medications for respiratory diseases, including the plague upon the land. Yeah, okay, so because we are of a TikTok generation that has a 3-minute attention span, instead of learning how to do pranayama or meditation, just give me a chip. That's what they're banking on, and many people will take it because of the laziness and everything that is so inherent in this society of rush, now.
Well, you look at the benefits of get rich quick or get healthy fast. Just drink this shake. Just eat so many meals a day. You only need to do this for 2 minutes a day and lose all the weight you want to. I mean, that is where we're at, and unfortunately we have to wait for people to get uncomfortable enough when they realize that these quick things are not working. Then they're ready to put the time and effort into what's needed that really does help mold our bodies and our health and our minds into a place where we can feel good inside our own skin.
This research demonstrates the importance of breathing motions for human lung function, including immune response to infection, and shows that our human alveolus chip can be used to model these responses in deep portions of the lung where infections are often most severe and lead to hospitalization and death, says co-first author Dr. Hai-Ching Bai from Harvard's Weiss Institute in a university release. So the alveoli are where the lungs and the blood exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide during the process of breathing in and out. The model can also be used for preclinical drug testing to ensure the candidate drugs actually reduce infection and inflammation in functional human tissue. Oh, this says everything that is right there that Mother Earth and Father Sky, however you want to word it, has put right there for us. We have everything we need, and this shows just how they take it, they hijack it, and they control it. And they are banking on our human tendency in this modern age of, inaction and just that the laziness, the wanting to have everything done for us, the reliance on technology. They're banking on it. They are absolutely banking on it. Yet, when we look a little deeper, we could see, and science will even tell you this. This is National Science Foundation. Rewriting genetic information to prevent disease. We can. Epigenetics. We can rewrite our DNA. Now we have these companies like 23andMe and Ancestry.com that can tell you not only where you come from, like 23% Great Britain, 5% Ireland, so-and-so Germany, so-and-so Zimbabwe, and whatever. But they could also tell you what diseases are probably going to get you. Yet the DNA itself can be rewritten, is what, they're not going to say with their next breath, because they're not going to be able to make money and control you by telling you, use your mind, use your God-given body, use Mother Nature all around you, and you don't need us. They're never going to say that. NIH, right? This is an article, again, this is talking about rewriting the genetic code. Now, it could be done through CRISPR and things, scientific level, or we could simply do it ourselves with our minds and with certain breathing practices. Again, this is epigenetics, the science of change, and you could change your DNA just by learning some of the ancient traditions. And again, every time I hear somebody say, well, I don't know about chakras, or I don't know about yoga, I don't know about Qigong and mantras, that's all new agey stuff. No, it's ancient science that works. There's just no profit in it.
I mean, that's really important to put out there, is people call it new age when really it's what we've lived by in so many different generations and so many different times throughout history. This is how we were able to sustain those long lives that they talk about in ancient scripts.
Absolutely. Pranayama. That just simply means breath control and knowing how to take the prana, which is the life force, in through the breath. It's a practice that is something that if you incorporate it, you will boost your immune system just by using your mind and breathing. It's so simple in some ways. And yet, again, do you have patience? Do you have tolerance? I know most of the people listening to, that are regular subscribers do, and they actually have regular practices that they do every single day. For us, it is a priority to do our mantras, meditation, Qigong, yoga, things like that. They are a priority, and they should be a priority. They should come over everything, really, because this is what enables us to boost our immune systems and feel connected to Source, to Mother Earth all around us. Some yoga gurus rank pranayama over asanas. And so when we think of yoga, a lot of times we think of positions, poses, that's asanas. But really, when you get down to it, the pranayama part, in my opinion, would be more important. It's the mind and the body through the use of the breath. So every time you're in a position holding a pose, you are in that pose, but the focus goes to the breath. Where you feel tension, there you send the prana, you send the life force, the ki, the chi, the vril, and you send it to heal yourself. And you knowingly are telling every cell in your body, this is our time for ourselves and for our healing.
That's a really good way to speak to the higher self, because our higher self wants us to be the best possible being we can when we come down here for this experience. So when you're doing that, you're having a direct relationship to higher self saying, I love you. I want to work with you. I want to have a good experience. And that's what we need to get across to ourselves, is that kind of information.
Absolutely. And so again, this can be referred to as the heart of yoga. And again, prana is just the life force, or the breath sustaining the body. Ayama translates as to extend or to draw out. So breath extension or breath control. And there's many different ways, and you could just delve into it. There's tons of books on this. One of the most important practices at the end of a yoga practice is just basically sitting there still and just allowing yourself to just be. And when we shift our perspective, we start to feel the energy and the life force that's not only in our body, but all around us. So when I see comments where people didn't feel anything, they didn't notice anything right off the bat, it's mostly going to be because of diet. It's going to be because of medications that people are taking. All these things, again, if we're drinking soda, if we're eating fast foods, taking in GMO products, if we're living under an FIVEG tower, if we have the router going right next to our bed all day and all night, you never turn off the cell phone, and it's sitting next to you all the time. All these things are just interfering with our body's ability to feel itself and our ability to feel everything else that's around us. We have to learn how to sense and connect more, because that leads to understanding the oneness of all things, and also just understanding that you're more than a physical body. You can shift your consciousness into the astral body, and you could astral project. You could shift your consciousness into the higher realms as well and encounter beings of very high vibrational frequencies. Such things the rishis, the wise men, did that gave us the Vedas and many other ancient texts. So many of the visions that were given from God, from Source, are basically shifting of perspectives and allowing us to see so much more that is always around us. We just can't necessarily see it. But we're heading into a time where we will be able to see, sense, feel, touch even, things that we could never do before. And that's exciting.
It's very exciting. It's exciting to know that things are going to change in such a positive way. And all we have to do is be open to it.
Absolutely. This is the National Qigong Association, and of which I have many pleasant experiences with, and have been to conferences and seminars and been certified through. It's a beautiful thing. And doing Qigong with hundreds of people is amazing. It's amazing. And being blessed to have been in front of some amazing masters and feeling their energy. One of the exercises that one of the top masters that has a big following on YouTube, he had us all just laugh. It was an exercise in laughing, and it struck many of us as, okay, that's a little unorthodox and a little different. But the thing was, we had to greet each person, and there was over 100 of us. There's several hundred people in a big conference room, and for like 20-30 minutes, we were just going up to another person and kind of greeting them, laughing in a different laugh. You couldn't do the exact same laugh twice. And it was just, one of those mind-expanding, consciousness-expanding exercises. And I can't tell you how tingly you felt head to toe. And this is the type of thing that is so unorthodox, but yet it can get us to realize just how much certain actions. And when we're laughing, think about it. We're breathing in, and we're breathing in, quite rapidly. In some ways, I would think that there's a connection there with bellows breath and some of the techniques that Wim Hof does. And we can do amazing things. We can withstand very cold temperatures. We can withstand the heat. We can do things that we would think are impossible when we start to expand the consciousness and control the body.
Well, the human body is such an intelligent design if we know where to tap into. And sometimes I am working with people that are really struggling in life. And one of the things that I recommend people do if they're just having trouble getting by this moment is find something funny. I mean, we are in an endless place of media where we can just type in, funny little kittens, and we are going to laugh our butts off for like 10 minutes. And that is so, so rewarding. And it releases chemicals in our body to uplift our moods. And that can last for hours. So imagine if you really made that a regular practice. That's just really going to shoot you up in vibrations so fast.
Absolutely. And then mantras. Sound and light are everything. Sound and light. Sound and light. Just meditate on sound and light. And mantras are so powerful. Again, epigenetics. We can rewrite ourselves. There are certain frequencies given off by certain words. Om. Just mantra Om. That's all you really even need to do. And just focus in on it and focus in on the vibration and feel it. Just feel it, resonate it, and not just by going Om, feel it. Om, and just hold that, and even just kind of like that humming. Feel the vibration, feel it head to toe, feel it in each chakra, sense it in each chakra. I wanted to bring this one up because this author has several books. I think he's got 3 different books or 4 out on mantras, and we have a couple of them because there's some more remote ones that you might want to get into, and there's ones for certain things as well. Like we always start with Ganesh's because Ganesh relates to the root chakra and it gets things moving. And so, we do Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha Sharanam Ganesha, and we feel it. And most days I do that at least 324 times or more. And it's scientific to do this. Again, quantum physics has revealed to us the world's made up of vibrations. That's everything is vibrations. It's all about frequency. As Tesla said, if you want to talk about the mysteries of the universe, it's all about energy, frequency, and vibration. If we are being assaulted with lower vibes through all the technology, unplugging and getting away from everything, getting out in nature, or just unplugging in our bedroom, unplugging on the porch in the backyard, maybe putting your feet on the ground and just doing some mantras, Qigong, or yoga, that could recenter you and that could get you going in a positive direction.
Sometimes I run into people that say, I just don't have time. I'm raising kids, I'm cooking dinner, I'm working full time. I just don't have time. But sometimes when we are uncomfortable enough and we want things to change bad enough, I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning to do my mantras because I needed that change. So we can prioritize these things. You can find time, and I know this might sound silly, in the bathroom. Lock yourself in the bathroom, do some mantras in there. Breathe in for a couple minutes and just make that consistent. Do that daily. Prioritize yourself daily and watch the changes.
Mantras, and this is interesting because this person that wrote it recognizes that the English language has been put together in kind of a controller way. Mantras that are positive affirmations in English can be used as NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. And again, this is something maybe I don't talk about quite enough, but it's just always back there. I mean, that was part of the stuff that I started studying in my 20s. Early 20s was NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Again, look to the works of Robert Anton Wilson, Antero Alley, and many others out there. It's all about undoing ourselves, and we can undo ourselves with guided meditations and other things as well. The mantras are amazing. It's all about sound currents. A mantra that's not in English is designed to do, specifically Sanskrit. If it's in Sanskrit, it's designed to do very important things for the brain and the energy field, because Sanskrit is, we could look at it like a holy language. It's the oldest known one that we really have in its entirety, and it's got 50 different sounds to it. That open up the 50 different petals on the 7 main chakras along the primary meridian, what we would call the Taiji pole in Tai Chi or acupuncture. And so they're specifically designed to open up the energy gates, which is what chakras are, to other dimensions, as well as to bring in energy into the body so that we have health.
It brings in very important information that triggers the brain to understand what you need to do to help yourself heal. So when those chakras are blocked or they're very, very chaotic, you're not getting all the information in to help you be in alignment. And that's why combing and calming the chakras to make sure that they're moving correctly. really, really benefits you in finding that information that you need specifically for you to help you heal.
Absolutely. So please do check out the mantras playlist. There's 33 up there. There's 42 different videos on the Qigong playlist as well, and we have 9 on the yoga. This is over at EEARTS, where we have most of that focused. And then Ananda Mayima, beautiful soul. She is one of our guides, and she had passed on in 1982. She was born in 1896. She met the wonderful Yogananda in his travels, and actually she is somebody that's documented as living without food for extremely long periods of time, because we're living off the prana. We're living off the life force, and where we're going when we're in 5D, we don't have to eat. Even in 4D, you don't have to eat. And so that's where we're going, and we're very close to stepping into 4D at the moment. We're getting so close. Some people are operating on 4D. There have actually been many saints that have lived off the life force and been monitored. There was an Indian yogi that was monitored twice by scientists, didn't take in water or food, and they had no explanation. They watched him for weeks. They had no explanation of why he was not only not dead, but doing well. Every vital function was perfectly fine, and he was already at an advanced age.
Right. I mean, some people do already operate off of those higher realms.
And this is an amazing, beautiful soul. So she has come through to us. And I'll give you guys all the links here. This is from ramdas.org. And she just wanted to share a little vision for us of where we're going, because it's hard for us to understand the beauty at where we're going and what it truly is like. So this is Ananda Mayima. What would you share with us today that we should know?
For your lives and your journey on this planet, let us please help you understand that these times in which you live must change. As you can see, so many things are being placed before you to create cause for concern and confusion, and many times it is simply not true what they are speaking through your media, through your news networks. All of these things are set to send you on a course that is going to take you to information that is going to further cause confusion. These times are deliberately chaotic so that you cannot find your center, so that you do not understand where you should place your feet or your head at night. Stability during these times is the most important aspect of your life. Living every day as though it were full, living every day to be healthy, making the best of your days, anchoring your soul where you are at, not being overly concerned of the physical 3D changes that are going to be put into effect. For it is not the 3D changes that is your concern at this time. It is your soul growth. As you create your 3D experience, when you are able to anchor your soul and anchor your light, this enhances your spiritual experience upon this planet. We do hope that we can bring some understanding to that aspect of your world. We do not see the 3D as a place where you could truly rest, yet if you do make your 3D surroundings comfortable, it is good for the soul. It is good for your heart.
I've kind of come to the feeling that Earth's time as a 3D realm is relatively short. When the solar blast comes, when that energy wave comes from the sun, will the Earth no longer be a 3D existence, and everybody that's on the Earth at that time will either lose their 3D bodies or find themselves on a 5D version of Earth. Is this correct, or do I still not quite understand?
These are times in your growth when we cannot give you the answers that you seek many times because of your limited understanding on your planet. However, we can tell you that the 3D experience you are having now will be magnified, will be amplified. All that you see and know will change in the blink of an eye. Your perception and understanding will grow very much. Your understanding and perception and light spectrum in which you are in will change. It is not that everything is going to change for you. It is simply that everything is going to be seen. You will be able to see into the deeper dimensions. Not completely will you see the full light spectrum, but you will see far more than you do now, for the veil is truly not a veil. There is no veil. Everything to be seen will be right here. Your experience will be changed greatly. You will have understandings that make your heart leap, and a gratitude in which you can truly hold on to and love and enjoy once you see all that is around you in the many different light spectrums after this solar change.
That sounds very exciting. So that truly would be the end of the Kali Yuga at that point.
You would have so much understanding that it will be difficult to comprehend the time that you have spent in the dark. We do want people to be excited about the changes that are coming upon your planet. There are some who can already see in these dimensions what you shall be seeing. There are very few with this understanding. Many of them are in remote locations on this planet waiting to come forward to teach and bring deeper understanding of all the new information that you will be receiving.
Thank you for sharing. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us today?
At this time, we just want to wish you well, and we extend our gratitude out for those who are receiving our nourishment and receiving our care. We do continue to invite you to allow us to make positive change in your life. Namaste.
Namaste, and thank you.
So that was the mothers, and that was Ananda Mahima speaking. And again, our main group of guides are the mothers, which consists of both Marys, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Isis, who's known to us as Aset, Lakshmi, Ananda Mahima. There's Sophia that has joined, Tiamat, and Bast.
And gosh, I'm not kidding. I think we got them all. Okay.
Oh, well, Yeshua. Yeshua, even though he's the masculine, he understands totally about the divine feminine.
He does, and he has so much goodness to offer when it comes to love and oneness and health and our journey on this planet today.
Absolutely. So I hope you guys got something positive out of all this. Make sure you are subscribed to both channels, Evolutionary and EEARTS. Do check out the videos on mantras and Qigong and yoga. And thank you guys for your support on Patreon and Ko-Fi. We couldn't do it without you. And also at Medicinal Foods. Make sure you use coupon code EEA. Get a discount. Help you detox, boost the immune system. Much love. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.